Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and this is episode 29 of Sarah's Creative Corner, just my little corner of the internet where I chat about all of the creative, crafty things that I've been up to over the past couple of weeks. And this week, pretty similar to every other week, I have some spinning and some knitting. I have some finished objects, some works in progress, some half-finished objects, and I have some acquisitions. So I guess everything is pretty much the same. Just as a reminder, everything that I chat about will be linked down below. All the dyers, designers, and project pages for all the projects that I chat about will be down there if you want to explore some more. So I guess the first thing that we can chat about is what I'm wearing. And this is the Mosseaux sweater by Espace Tricot. It is just a circular yoke stockinette sweater, and it has I-cord edge on the neck and the sleeves and on the bottom. This was my first ever sweater. I think I kind of understood gauge, but not really, but it fits pretty well. Pretty happy with it. I like the balloon sleeves or kind of puffy sleeve. I think it's pretty nice. And I knit it up in Magpie fibers. Their feather base, which is their mohair, in the Bougie Beaver colorway, which is kind of like a rose gold-ish color. But yeah, pretty happy with it. It is kind of itchy. I think I've talked about this before. I think I've worn this. I find that this mohair base is kind of itchy. Same with, is it Sandnes Garn? Their tin silk mohair. Yeah. Some mohairs I can tolerate, others not so much. But yeah, that is what I am wearing. It was, yeah, same what I was saying earlier. It was my first garment that I've knit. I basically had started knitting a few winters ago. Magpie opened their brick and mortar in Frederick during Maryland Sheep and Wool weekend. So I went up and got this. And yeah, it's actually pretty easy, pretty quick knit. So if you're looking for a nice sweater, I would recommend it. Fits pretty well. So that is what I am wearing. So let's get into the one and only, or two, I guess, finished objects that I have. And I'm very proud and happy with what I have. It is some spinning. This is the skein that I have. It's like the size of my head. It is about 188 grams and around 150 or 1,000 or 1,550-ish yards, something like that. So let me give you details on the plies. So this is just a 2-ply. I think I did a short forward. I think that's what it's called. So the kind of like lighter pink that you can see, that is Little Fiber Co. Targee in chiffon. And then the other colorway, which you can tell is like kind of color changing. There's like this one. This one is like dark and there's like some lighter parts. That is Satsumaimo Pie by Big Little Yarn Co. And that is a Superfine Merino. So this is it. It was pretty enjoyable to spin up. It was not as enjoyable to ply. As you can see, it's pretty lightweight yarn, so just a lot of plying. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it, and this will probably be my first sweater because it's like over 1,000 yards, which is crazy. And I'll probably pair it with a like a fluff, like a suri or a mohair, just to kind of bulk up the gauge. And yes, that is this one. I'm very happy with it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. I mean, I guess it is interesting to see how the plies are different. Like you can see like the pink is a little bit more fluffy than the color changing. I don't know if that's just how I spun it or the nature of Targee or what, but we'll see. And I look forward to seeing how it knits up too. So this will be my first garment, which will be really cool. So that is this one. That's my first finished object. And the extension of that, the chiffon, I used all of the fiber and all the singles. So I had leftovers of the Satsumaimo pie. So I ended up doing a 3-ply with it. And I'd say it's like fingering weight, probably lace weight, to be honest. But I haven't obviously wet finished it yet. I wet finished that over the weekend, and I was going to do this, but after doing that, that was just too much. So we shall see. I'll probably do this coming week after I get off of work. Probably next, maybe around Christmas or something. So I'll have this. So this is kind of like the representation of what the second ply is. There's like some yellowy orange, some pink, and like darker purple. So that's very cool, and I'm happy with it. This is, I think, one of my first successful 3-plies, and it wasn't too bad. It was not too bad. So those are the two things that I have finished over the past couple of weeks. And then we can go ahead and get into my works in progress. And I have a whole bunch of half-finished objects. So, the first one is one that is a gift that is for my sister-in-law. I was going to knit it for her birthday this past January, because her birthday's in January. But I was kind of afraid, so I didn't. But I should have, because it's very easy. So this is the double slipper by Sandnes Garn, and I finished the first one. I started this Thursday. Or this iteration on Thursday. I started it earlier this week, and I got to like here and realized that my stitch count was off, which was annoying. So I redid it. But yeah, this is the double slipper by Sandnes Garn, and I'm knitting it up in their Fritidsgarn in the colorway 4627. It's like a bright pink. Very nice. So, I'm trying to think. Okay, so I knit the length that's called for in the pattern for the 40 to 42 size. I think that's what it is. And Sarah from Two Pearls in a Pod, she's done a couple videos on it. And what she does, I guess more recently, is that I guess when it's felted, this portion is still kind of large. So she takes out a couple rows from here and just adds it to the foot. So that's what I did. I took out 2 rows from here and then just added it here. Pretty easy. I'm trying to think. And then the second thing that I did is that for the, I can't really show you because I've already tacked everything down, but for the part that goes inside, I knit that one, I think, also 2 rows shorter than the outside one, so it fits nicely inside. And I think it did a pretty good job. So that is this. And then also she suggests tacking the toe and then this like corner. So that's what I've done. So I have one tail, and then if I can find it, I don't know if you'll, oh, it's kind of short. and then the other tail. So I'll probably cast on the second one tomorrow, and I should finish it by Christmas because that's next week. But yeah, I will gift it to her like this. It'll look weird, but I will felt it in her presence so we can make sure that it fits her correctly. So very happy with this. This will probably open up new doors for me, and I will probably want to make a pair for myself. So very excited for these. I learned a new technique in this, and that was the Judy's Magic cast on, and just wow. I'm so proud of that. It looks chef's kiss, perfection. Looks great. You can't even tell where I did it, so I'm very happy with that. Trying to think. I think that's really it for this guy. So I will try to take pictures of them felted for my Ravelry. But yeah, there's the first one is done. I did this in just a couple of days. I finished it yesterday. So what is that? Thursday to Saturday, about 3 days of not constant knitting. So I think it's only like 40 rows long, 40 to 50. It was really not that bad. Not a lot of knitting in this. That's the first one. The second half-finished object, which was not a half-finished object earlier today when I first recorded this video, but now it is. And that is the first of 2 DK weight socks. This one is the first one for my husband. And I am knitting it up in Woolberry Fiber Co. on her. It's just like the berry sock base. In one of, let me show you the side that doesn't have the ends on it. One of the sock sets that she had over the past year. It's Chip is this main color. And I still don't remember what the name of this one is. It's just like a chocolatey kind of brown from, I think, her Pride and Prejudice color, or like colorway collection. So I'm just holding the yarn double to make a DK weight sock. And I use both Crazy Sock Lady's free DK weight pattern and Summerly Knits her Thickness sock to kind of knit this. So yeah, very happy with it. But you might not be able to tell because I think I was somewhere on the foot last time you saw it. I ripped out the entire thing on Friday. I did that, and that's because I had my husband try it on. He said it was a little tight. It was a little tight. So I thought, well, I want to fix it. And I felt like when I was knitting it, it was kind of tight too. So I decided to rip it out. And it definitely feels like more squishy and not like stiff. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, then he's just getting the sock, honestly, at this point, because now it's done. So I knit these on size US 3 needles, and I did 14 rows for the cuff. It was originally 15, but since I cut it and ripped it back, it's 14, which is fine. Then I did 45 rows for the leg, heel flap and gusset, and then the foot. I might have to try it on today. But yeah, very happy with it. This also took me like 3 days. So DK week socks are like amazing. This was so fast. Maybe I'll get these done before Christmas. But I have so many other things that I also need to work on. So we'll see. We shall see. So that is the second half-finished object. All right. The next one is my test knit, my test sock. This is the Impasto sock by Bridget Zhou of BZB Knits, and this is my first time testing a sock. is very fun. This is Woolberry Fiber Co. in another one of her sock sets that she had. And this is Let's Go Party, which is like from the Barbie. I think this sock set came out when the Barbie movie came out. So Let's Go Party. And then this one is called Stone Fruit. So I test the medium size cuff down. It also comes with a toe up. And it has a fleagle heel. And I think that's really it about the pattern. Nothing crazy. The pattern is just lifted increases, which I'd never done before. Once I learned how to do it, very easy, not intimidating at all. So, I believe the pattern should be coming out, if you're watching this on Monday today, pattern should be out. So yeah, would recommend, and very fun. Last time I showed you the sock, I think I was like here. I had just had like this much left to do. And I finished, I think, the other day or something. I held it off for a while. But the toe construction is, I think, kind of similar to Summer Lee, where you just decrease to a certain amount and then you cast off. Versus with Crazy Sock Lady, I don't know what the difference is. Maybe this is like a round toe versus like a wedge toe. I don't know. But Crazy Sock Lady, she like has you decrease a certain amount and then you decrease every row. So it's like every other row and then every row versus every other row and then cast off. I don't know. I don't think I have a preference, but I don't know. We'll see. So those are my half-finished objects. For this one, I have cast on the second sock. Not gotten very far. But yeah, I cast on the second one. And hopefully I can maybe finish this in January. I think that should be a good goal. Finish it in January. Because we're already halfway through December, which is crazy. But yeah, that is that one. All right, the next work in progress I have is something that you probably think, Sarah, looks like you haven't worked on it at all. I promise I have. So, this is my Night and Day Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And I am knitting it up in Ruby and Rose's Rustic Rose DK. The pink is Anemone, and then like the bluish gray is called Typewriter. So, since the last time you saw this, I finished it. You're going to say, Sarah, it doesn't look like it's finished. And you'd be right. That's because when I measured it, it was like the child/teen size. And as you can see, I'm not a child nor a teen. And my head is not that size. So it would not fit over my head. So I decided to rip it out and restart. And so far the depth is correct. So that's good. I decided to increase a needle size. So I'm using a US 7, a 4.5 millimeter, when I was using a US 6. So this is where we are. I probably knit this in a couple days, maybe 1 day, 2 days. And I'm nearing the end of section 2, which is the increases. And then once I finish that, then I just do the decreases and then I cast off. So maybe this will be a winter break work project that I will do. But otherwise, I'm very happy with it. I do find that the fabric does feel a little bit nicer, that it's a little bit looser of a gauge. So please do not make the same mistake that I did, and you should gauge wash this, because it seems like the row gauge is important, and I feel like I don't get row gauge a lot. So just learn from my mistakes. So yeah, other than that, very happy with it. And since it's a pretty engaging knit, I don't have too much of a problem with knitting it over again. I mean, I finished this, I did like this in a day, so I should be able to finish it in a couple of days once I finish other stuff. All right, and last but not least is my other test knit. The last thing that I worked on is my test knit for Briana Lupino of Little Wolf Knits, and that is my Bayside dress. This is my Bayside dress. As you can see, I have a good bit of progress done. So last time you saw it, I was here. Now I'm all the way down here. And that's probably 7 inches or so. I don't know. But I'm very happy with it. I finished the waist increases. There's like a little short row section, and then now I'm just knitting in the round. And I think I have like this much of just plain in the round knitting. It's probably what, like 4 or 5 inches, and I need 8. So I'm about halfway done. This is due on the 27th. So I'm aiming to maybe get it done this weekend, or like by this weekend, to get to the 8 inches. And then block it. And then be done. Maybe, yeah. Although I was hoping to make it a little bit longer than what's said in the pattern. But we'll see. I just added the 4th skein into it, and I have 7 skeins. So I still have a bunch of yarn that I can use. The question is, will I need to use it? I don't know. But yeah, very happy with it. Other than that, pretty engaging. But now it does feel a little bit like a slog because we're just knitting around and around and ribbing. So we shall see what this looks like next week. And that is all the things that I've been working on over the past couple of weeks. So I have some acquisitions, and then I have one plan for a test knit that I got into. So I guess we can hop into the acquisitions. Let me do my Woolberry ones first. So Bethany did a like a sock set pre-order, and so I pre-ordered, and I got these 2 colors. I got them on the Berry Cozy DK, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. This one is called I Smell Snow. Got 2 of these, so my husband and I can have matching socks. And then I got 2 of these, called Vintage Ornament. And, you know, I might be converted to DK weight socks if I finished a whole sock in like 2 days, 3 days. It's pretty good. It's like record time, in my opinion. Comparison to fingering weight sock. Yeah. So I got these 2. Very happy with it. Maybe it'll be a Christmas cast on. We shall see how it goes with the dress, and then go from there. All right. And then I did my first pre-order or order from Denim and Rain. I saw some people talk about her at, I think they saw her at Flock. She had like a Christmas update, and she had this sweet little Santa sheep. Like, how cute is that? And he has like glitter in him and stuff like that. So that is my next one. These are made out of resin. And I think that's it. I don't know. Mostly resin, if that. So that is my progress keepers that I got. And then the next thing I got some, what's this? Odang. Yeah, Odang from Farmer's Artist Fibers in Pretty Shield. I like a red. A little bit more red than I had expected. I have a sweater test that I did a while ago. That's just, I don't think I'm going to finish it. So I think I'm going to frog the yarn. And I'm going to make a Yoon sweater. And it is a Nutridin that I have just like sitting there. So I think I'm going to hold this with the Nutridin. And yeah, I think I talked about that test on here. And then make a Yoon sweater and hold those two together. So I got a sweater quantity of this. I think I got 5 skeins. So yeah, very happy with this one. Okay. And then Ashley of Nomadic Yarns did a Christmas update. So I got some Christmas yarn from her self-striping, and I got 4 skeins. Okay, first one is Sugared Plums. Very pretty. Purple, pink, and then like a tan, kind of. And this is on the Brit sock, which is 400 yards, and it's a superwash BFL nylon. That's one. Next one is Knit Miss, which is just kind of like classic Christmas colors, red, pink, green. And this is also on Brit sock. And this one I think is Mary Kitchen. No, Nipping at Your Nose. This is Trusty Sock. And this is a superwash merino. Kind of similar, like classic Christmas colors, pink, green, and like a gray. And the last one is Merry Kitschmas. And again, kind of just Christmassy colors. And this is the Brit sock, the BFL. So I got 3 BFL and then 1 superwash merino. So that is those guys. And then the Pennsylvania Knit group that I'm in, we had a solstice brunch today and we did a swap. So I got this guy. It's from the Yarnsmith. Never heard of them before. And the color is Father Christmas. So I don't know what I'll knit with it, but it is their fingering weight, 75% merino, 25% nylon. Yeah, pretty cool. And the last thing that I don't have it with me. I got flocks something. They're like these little flexible cable needle things. I got a handful of those because I want to try to do some cable projects. So I got like 6 of them and I gifted 1 at my swap. So yeah, that is all the acquisitions that I have. And the last thing I can chat about is future plans. So I got into another test knit for Briana Lupino, and that is the G Street sweater, and it's a garter sweater with like a set-in sleeve, I think. So that'd be a first. And just trying to figure out what color I will use, but I got this, also Woolberry, in the winter winter sweater boxes or something last year. So I was thinking about using these for the sweater. This one is Frosted Juniper. Kind of just like a light blue. Yeah, I feel like that's a good color representation. This is the Surrey. I have 4 skeins of this. I have 4 skeins of each. And this one is Alpine. This is like a speckle. And it calls for holding 2 yarns together. So I think I might do this. I've had this yarn for a year, so I might as well. So that'll be the next thing I cast on, I think. Hopefully, or at least the next thing I gauge swatch. So that's all the things that I have done over the past couple of weeks. And yeah, hopefully I will get some progress done over the next couple of weeks. I don't know if I will be able to record next weekend because my parents will be in town and it'll also be Christmas. So maybe I'll record around Christmas or something like that. But yeah, otherwise, that's really it for today. It's all the things that I've got for you. So maybe next time will just be Christmas acquisitions and stuff like that. But I appreciate all of you guys sticking with me and chatting down below and everything like that. And as a reminder, everything is in the description, all of the dyers and designers and everything. So yeah, I guess I will just go ahead and sign off, and I will see you next time. Bye.